Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. Whirring Shadows, the Isle of Wight Automaton Asylum. Holly, an intrepid investigative journalist with a penchant for the macabre, found herself on the eerie Isle of Wight, drawn by the whispers surrounding the abandoned Automaton Asylum. Nestled on the outskirts of a dense, mist-laden forest, the crumbling structure stood like a forsaken monument to a bygone era of questionable medical practices. The islanders spoke of a dark past of strange experiments conducted on patients using mechanical beings. Automatons, they called them. Tales of agonizing screams and mechanical whirring echoed through the local stories. Holly, fueled by curiosity and a relentless pursuit of truth, decided to unearth the secrets hidden within the decaying walls of the asylum. As Holly stepped through the rusty gates, a shiver ran down her spine. The asylum loomed before her, its broken windows casting elongated shadows that seemed to dance to an unseen rhythm. Armed with a flashlight and a sense of trepidation, she navigated the labyrinthine halls, each step echoing through the desolate corridors. The air inside was thick with the scent of decay, and the only sound was the creaking floorboards beneath Holly's feet. She cautiously explored the long-forgotten patient wards, their empty beds and shattered restraints telling tales of suffering long past. As she delved deeper, the temperature plummeted, and whispers brushed against her ears like ghostly fingers. In a hidden chamber, Holly stumbled upon a room filled with peculiar machinery. Tables adorned with leather straps and arcane symbols surrounded an ominous operating table at the center. The room was bathed in an otherworldly glow, and as Holly approached, the machines stirred to life. To her horror, automatons emerged from the shadows, their joints creaking as they came to life. Cold, unfeeling eyes met Holly's gaze as they began to reenact the ghastly procedures performed on the asylum's former inhabitants. Metal hands, once used for medical precision, now moved with a malevolent intent. The mechanical entities approached Holly with an eerie synchronicity, locking her in a nightmarish tableau of whirring gears and clinking metal. The air resonated with the agonized cries of long-forgotten souls as the automatons mimicked the torturous treatments of the past. Holly, paralyzed with fear, watched in horror as the ghastly scenes unfolded before her. The automaton's movements became increasingly erratic, mirroring the madness that once consumed the asylum's halls. Holly desperately searched for an escape, but the mechanical entities seemed to anticipate her every move. The malevolent entities, driven by an unnatural force, persisted in their gruesome reenactment, and Holly felt the cold touch of metal against her skin. In a desperate bid for survival, Holly managed to evade the relentless automatons racing through the decaying corridors. The air became suffocating as the ghostly echoes of tortured souls reverberated around her. It was a battle against time and the malevolent machines, as Holly sought to unravel the asylum's dark secrets while evading the relentless pursuit of the haunted automatons. As she reached the asylum's exit, the atmosphere changed. The malevolent presence retreated, leaving Holly standing alone in the moonlit courtyard. The automatons, once animated with malice, fell silent and motionless. The asylum seemed to exhale a final breath, as if releasing the tormented spirits trapped within its walls. Holly emerged from the accursed automaton asylum, forever haunted by the mechanical reenactments of horror. The Isle of Wight held on to its secrets, and as she left, she couldn't shake the feeling that the shadows of the past lingered, waiting for the next curious soul to uncover the malevolent mysteries hidden within the decaying asylum's depths. Weeks passed since Holly's harrowing encounter at the automaton asylum on the Isle of Wight. The haunting memories of that night lingered, manifesting in vivid nightmares that left her sleepless and paranoid. Determined to make sense of the inexplicable horrors she had witnessed, Holly immersed herself in research, seeking any trace of the asylum's dark history. Her investigation led her to forgotten documents and archived newspapers, revealing a chilling tale of unethical experiments and a mad doctor who believed machines could cure the human mind. Dr. Victor Tannenbaum, the asylum's infamous director, had conducted gruesome procedures on unsuspecting patients, leaving a trail of suffering and death. As Holly delved deeper into Dr. Tannenbaum's records, she discovered his obsession with merging man and machine, driven by a twisted belief that the mechanical entities could extract and cleanse the madness from troubled minds. The automatons, crafted with precision and cruelty, became instruments of torment in his unholy quest for a cure. Haunted by the newfound knowledge, Holly decided to return to the Isle of Wight, determined to confront the malevolent spirits that lingered within the asylum's ruins. Armed with ancient texts and a newfound resolve, she braved the mist-shrouded forest once more, guided by an otherworldly force that seemed to beckon her back to the forsaken place. As Holly stepped into the dilapidated asylum, a surreal stillness hung in the air. The once active automatons remained dormant, their malevolence temporarily silenced. Drawing upon the knowledge she had unearthed, Holly began to perform a ritual designed to communicate with the spirits trapped within the mechanical entities. The atmosphere crackled with an unnatural energy as she chanted ancient incantations, calling upon the tortured souls to reveal their stories. Slowly, the automatons began to stir, their eyes flickering with spectral light. The ghostly whispers returned, recounting tales of suffering and despair that echoed through the asylum's desolate halls. In the ethereal communion, Holly connected with the tormented spirits, each one sharing fragments of their tragic stories. The mechanical entities, once instruments of terror, became vessels for the voices of the forgotten. As the stories unfolded, Holly felt a profound sorrow for the souls trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. Driven by empathy, Holly sought a way to release the spirits from their mechanical prisons. Aided by the collective anguish of the asylum's victims, she discovered a ritual that could sever the spectral ties binding the automatons to the haunted past. With determination and a heavy heart, she embarked on a journey to liberate the trapped souls and put an end to the asylum's malevolent legacy. The ritual unfolded within the asylum's heart, surrounded by the flickering light of long-forgotten lanterns. The automatons, now vessels of sorrow rather than malice, stood in a haunting circle. Holly recited the incantation, channeling the collective pain of the spirits into a spectral energy that enveloped the mechanical entities. As the ritual reached its climax, the automatons convulsed with a spectral force, releasing the tortured souls that had been imprisoned within them. The air filled with a haunting melody as the liberated spirits ascended, leaving the mechanical shells behind. The asylum, once a bastion of horror, fell into an eerie silence. Holly stood amidst the abandoned automatons, witnessing the transformation from malevolence to serenity. The ghosts of the past found peace, and the once accursed place seemed to exhale a final sigh of relief. With the spirits finally at rest, Holly emerged from the asylum, the weight of the paranormal ordeal lifted from her shoulders. The Isle of Wight, now free from the dark shadows that had gripped it for decades, embraced the dawn of a new era. Holly, forever changed by the supernatural journey, left the island with a sense of closure and a solemn promise to ensure that the horrors of the automaton asylum would never be forgotten. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like and even better like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have had or have a great day.